As our population grows, we are demanding even more performance from our transport system. Could electric vehicles and autonomous driving offer the solutions needed to profoundly change our transportation infrastructure? Let me share what's coming next in the exciting future of transportation. This is MyFixofTech, bringing you the hottest tech innovations straight to your screens. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. And of course, subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell to keep yourself up to date. The Hyperloop. The idea of the Hyperloop was first envisioned by Elon Musk in 2012. The future mode of transportation is designed for longer-haul transportation between cities, countries, or even continents. The principle of the Hyperloop is based on the movement of people in capsules or pods that travel at high speeds through tubes over long distances. Inside the tubes is a low-pressure environment void of air, while the pods use magnetic levitation, also known as MAGLEV technology, for propulsion. The low pressure and MAGLEV create a very low friction environment, allowing the pods to travel upwards of 600 miles per hour. Virgin Hyperloop 1 currently has a 500-meter test track in Apex, Nevada, called the DevLoop. Hyperloop projects are now being considered in India, the US, the UK, Canada, and Mexico. Other examples include differing versions of autonomous MAGLEV trains suspended above city streets, cable cars above urban skylines, and hybrid cars with wings, even electric bikes and skateboards and other personal mobility devices. Autonomous buses, even Falcon 9 rockets to leverage the speed of spaceflight to get people around the globe quickly. Many of these are far into development and even wider implementation. Autonomous aerial vehicles. Will public transportation take to the skies? This could soon be a reality. Successful demonstration flights of autonomous aerial vehicles, also known as AAVs, have been carried out already. Although similar to drones, which are generally unmanned, AAVs are different. AAVs are essentially autonomous human-carrying drones, designed for transporting passengers. Most configurations of these flying vehicles use vertical takeoff and landing through horizontal rotors which require no runway. The idea is to put commuters into AAVs, taking them off congested roadways and to their destination on direct routes, greatly cutting travel times. The EHang 184 is a concept for 5G connected urban air mobility, controlled through a smart city command center, and is set to be a world's first air taxi to debut in Qatar for the FIFA World Cup in 2022. Self-driving cars. Self-driving cars are already one of the big buzz phrases of the 21st century. But self-driving cars' impact on the future could be amazing or a complete disaster. Why autonomous vehicles will change the future? Well, first, the self-driving dystopia. If everyone replaces their private cars with a self-driving car, we'll have the same number of cars. That will actually increase traffic, with people commuting to work then sending their car home, doubling the number of trips. On the other hand, AVs make it very easy to share cars. With a self-driving car, you'll need to make a one-way trip. Then the car will pick up another passenger to go somewhere else automatically. An AV will find the best route and pick up extra passengers on the way, making your trip cheaper. In short, self-driving cars can move the current shared transport trend into overdrive and help change our cities for the better. Because they can avoid pedestrians and cyclists by themselves, they may even help us rethink how we design our streets. Underground tunnels. Given the saturation of existing metropolitan spaces, underground roads could be the perfect solution for future urban transportation problems. 55% of the world's population live in urban areas, the figure that is expected to grow to 68% by 2050, says a recent UN report. Given this, much of many major cities' space is dedicated to vehicular transit, with motorways and overpasses an increasingly familiar sight. Clearly, infrastructure solutions need to be found. The world's first subterranean railway, the London Underground, opened in 1863, and today there are over 150 metro systems on the planet. Following this example, the next step for urban transit promises to be the Underground Road. Not only can subterranean transport systems help ease traffic in congested city zones, but it can also help cut down on pollution when renewable technologies are employed and increases a city's sociability as urban space is allocated to pedestrian-only public spaces. As tunneling technology becomes more sophisticated, underground road construction processes are becoming more efficient, saving both resources and time. These optimizations mean that underground road construction could become a timely and efficient answer to existing urban congestion problems. Underground roads can alleviate the burden growing congestion levels have on our cities. Such projects do require a lot of time, for planning as well as construction, but the long-term benefits they have to offer make them indispensable for future urban development. Transit Elevated Bus. The TEB is a bus that straddles traffic by driving over the top of it, running along fixed tracks. Its main compartment is elevated, leaving the street clean for cars underneath. The design also incorporates solar panels on the roof, and at bus stops to partially power the vehicle. In August 2016, a futuristic public transport solution, the Transit Elevated Bus, began being tested in Qinhuangdao, China. The testing is taking place on a 300-meter-long test track, evaluating the braking system, drag, and power consumption. Once completed, it will progress on to future testing stages, but the TEB isn't ready to deal with competing traffic just yet. However, in June 2017, the Chinese press reported that the idea of TEB as a mass transport system has been abandoned. Having had a prototype developed, reports suggest that those who tested it were left underwhelmed, by some saying that it ran too slowly and became overheated. Other issues that have been cited for the scrapping of the elevated bus include the way it interacts with other vehicles, particularly those fitted with roof racks, and other features of the city environment, such as low bridges. Can't get enough of how these futuristic vehicles will dominate the future? Hold on tight, my top pick is so ultra-modern that you need the internet and not a driver to operate. Renault Float. Dubbed the Float, K's design portrays a new form of mobility, with the car aiming to get people more engaged with the outside world through the use of autonomous driving technology. Electric power, autonomous driving, and connected technologies are Renault's three main focal points for its future fleet. It is meant to look like a bubble in transit. It uses MAGLEV technology and has a transparent glass exterior with silver seats. MAGLEV is a real tech, albeit far from use for cars on highways. Tesla is using MAGLEV tech for its Hyperloop that runs at high speeds. The Float is also designed to be non-directional, allowing it to move in any direction without turning around. The design supports pods for 1 or 2 people, and multiple pods can be attached using a magnetic belt around the exterior to allow multiple people to travel together. The Float has bucket seats and sliding doors, making it easy to get in and out. The Float will work with an app allowing rentals as needed, as you might hail a taxi today. XTI Aircraft TriFan. Patience, sufficient capital, and experience are prerequisites when developing a new aircraft. The XTI Aircraft Company is playing the long game with the ongoing development of its TriFan 600 hybrid electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft. The TriFan iX100 has been praised for its unique design, yet XTI is first and foremost a business. Having all 81 orders realized would yield $500 million in revenue. The company says a 6-seat TriFan 600 will have the speed, range, and comfort of a business jet and the ability to take off and land vertically like a helicopter. Using 3 ducted fans, the aircraft will lift off vertically, and its 2 wing fans rotate forward for a seamless transition to cruise speed at 400 miles an hour and a range of up to 1,600 miles. Mercedes-Benz F015 Luxury in Motion. A distant future vision of what a fully autonomous car could eventually look like. Called City of the Future 2030, this innovative 4-seater is a forerunner of a mobility revolution, and this is immediately apparent from its futuristic appearance. Sensuousness and clarity, the core elements of the Mercedes-Benz design philosophy, combine to create a unique, progressive aesthetic appeal. The F015 Luxury in Motion communicates with its surroundings both visually and acoustically. Large LED displays at the front and rear, as well as a laser projection system directed toward the front, are responsible for the visual part, while the acoustic communication repertoire includes both sounds and specific spoken instructions. Welcome to the autonomous future, where you can cede control to backseat drivers just to shut them up. Of course, your mother-in-law won't exactly be driving. She'll simply be adjusting the tempo at which the automobile goes about its own business. Mercedes reached back to the analog world for inspiration, bonding walnut veneer to the aluminum floor and visually connecting surfaces via halftone pattern dither. In the case of the seats, the pattern was milled into the aluminum shells, filled with white resin and then polished to a high gloss. Airbus 2050. The vision of Airbus on the plane of the future in 2050, we only have 30 years to wait. This vision does not stop with the design of the aircraft, but also focuses on demonstrating how aircraft are operated on the ground and in flight to sustainably meet the project growth of air transport. It is made of a bionic and lightweight structure that mimics the efficiency of a bird bone. Inside the plane, passengers enjoy an immersive interactive zone, where they are displayed various visual projections. This allows passengers on board to enjoy a seamless traveling experience. In this future, fleets of variously sized driverless pods now provide around 3/4 of those journeys that will still need to be taken across a low-density, high-tech city. These pods having largely replaced most existing public transport services and the vast majority of privately owned cars. Plentiful Pods. People do still walk or cycle for some shorter trips, but pods are so convenient, providing affordable point-to-point journeys for those not satisfied by virtual interactions. Passengers can pay even less if they agree to share with others. Pods are also fully connected to the internet and are priced and tailored to meet customer needs. Ultimately, pods give people the freedom to work, learn, or live where the weather is best or the houses are cheapest. Since public transport will need to evolve to meet future challenges, and that the role of the government will still be of key importance going forward, no matter which path is chosen. Which of these futuristic modes of transportation are you excited to try in the near future? Leave a comment down below. I can talk about it with you in the first hour. I'm pretty sure you are hyped up with what's going to happen in the future. Find out in my related video, New Cool Gadgets You Can Buy on Amazon, Part 2. Since you enjoyed our first run, let us take another spin on these cool gadgets you can buy online. Stay connected and stay up to date.